And this is a Fox News alert. Shocking details in the attempted execution of a Philadelphia police officer allegedly done in the name of Islam. The 30-year-old suspect, dressed in what police say was Muslim garb, was seen here ambushing an officer in his squad car and firing 13 times late last night. Now, the officer was shot 3 times in the arm, but was able to return fire and wound the suspect as he fled. Now, police described the incident and its possible motive in a disturbing press conference earlier today. Take a look at this.
The manner that he did it, and it seemed he certainly was targeting police. It wasn't just targeting a motorist driving down the street. He knew who he was shooting at, and my God, I mean, the way he's got his arm inside that vehicle, I mean, he knew what he was doing. He was trying to assassinate this police officer. The weapon that this male used was a stolen police firearm. It was stolen back in October of 2013. It was reported, and that is one of the things that you absolutely regret the most when an officer's gun is stolen, that it is used against one of your own.
Right away, he didn't have anything to say, but then he stated that he pledges his allegiance to Islamic State. He follows Allah, and that is the reason he was called upon to do this.
According to him, he believed that the police defend laws that are contrary to the teachings of the Quran.
Here with reaction, former CIA operations officer Joshua Katz. Ahmadiyya Muslim community spokesman Qasim Rashid is with us. Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clark, former NYPD detective Bo Dietl. Let's first play for you the police scanner, the officer under fire. Listen to this.
Shot fired! Get those screens! I'm shot! I'm bleeding heavily!
All cars stand by. We have an officer shot 6-0 in Spruce. Repeating in the 18th district, assisting officer 6-0 in Spruce. We have an officer down.
All right, here we go. Sheriff Clark, once again, it is an example. Quote, he had pledged allegiance to Islam, dressed in Muslim garb, and I'm looking at this. This guy had his arm inside 13 times. It's a miracle this cop is alive. It's a miracle that he was able to have the wherewithal to pull out his gun and fire back.
Chilling, Sean. You know, when you listen to this, it's just, I need America to pray for the speedy recovery of one of Philadelphia's finest. Look, President Obama's JV team has struck again. This is not the first time that Islamic terror or Islamic-inspired terror has struck at home here in the United States. This president is not only unwilling to face the fact that we are being targeted here on the homeland, he is incapable of protecting Americans.
Yeah, I agree. Bo, you look at this. He has his arm inside the car. This is point-blank range, an assassination, an execution. The wherewithal of this officer under those circumstances, the fact that he survived and he shot this guy 3 times is a miracle.
It's definitely a miracle, and again, I want to reiterate, my prayers go out. That was the most chilling sounds, because I've heard it a lot when I was on the police department of 1013's cop shot, and my hair just stands up. But I'm going to tell you something right. Radical Islam, in the name of Allah. Let's not hide what it is. This is not a country. It's not just ISIS. It's not Al-Qaeda. This is a way of thinking. They're going and they're lashing out at police officers because they are the authority part of the Western world, and the police are the ones that are up front, and the police are taking this, and this is just so horrific right now, and every cop out there has to be careful, keep your eyes around at all times, because this is beginning, because these psycho lone wolves are sitting home. We don't have to connect it to ISIS to be Islamic terrorism, and I'll say it.
But here's another issue. If this cop, here's the president with his big town hall on guns last night, which we'll talk about. If this cop didn't have a gun, he's dead.
What a hero.
He's done.
What a hero for him to take being shot 3 times, shot at 13 times, have the fortitude of getting out of that car and shooting this dirty son of a gun.
Sheriff, you agree with that? This cop's dead without a gun. He didn't have a weapon. He's finished.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, and that's the thing about the president. He'll find a way. He's probably huddling with his aides right now, trying to figure out how he can punish the gun owner, punish the American people, or try to blame the cops for what happened here. This has gone beyond, you know, the things like we saw in San Bernardino, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Garland, Texas. We are under attack here in the United States, and it is time for the president to put down the ideology and put down all the other nonsense and start protecting Americans here at home.
You know, Qasim, we have a president that said this is the JV team, that they're contained. president's wrong again. The president gives a big town hall last night. Look what happened last night, right after the town hall.
Sean,
yeah.
Well, Sean, thanks for having me on. And, you know, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community extends our condolences to this officer and commend him for his courage. There's no doubt about that. He is in our prayers as well. I think we also need to mention that this individual had mental challenges, mental difficulties. But I think more importantly, we need to stop talking about the mere rhetoric and talk about the solution. And to that end, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community has launched the True Islam campaign. This is an effort to unite Muslims and non-Muslims together on one front against extremist ideology. I encourage your viewers to check out trueislam.com. We've had thousands of people endorse this campaign.
But it keeps happening.
Christians, Muslims,
but it keeps happening.
Jews,
it keeps happening in the name of Islam.
It's happening, Sean, I think we agree on this, it's happening because of inconsistent Muslim leadership. And what the True Islam campaign does is a non-sectarian campaign that asks Muslims of all backgrounds, that asks Christians, Jews, atheists to stand united against extremist ideology.
Joshua Katz, what are we missing when a president of the United States can't come to terms with radical Islamic terrorism, denies its existence for the most part, won't say its name, in spite of all the information he has available to him? He talks about it being contained and the JV team, etc. How could he be so wrong?
It's an absolute joke. And Sean, here is the message the president needs to send to the world, not only to ISIS, but extremists all over the world. As a former Army Ranger and CIA officer, listen, ISIS, we're going to come for you. We are going to roll over you in a way that you cannot possibly imagine. No, Sean, but we are coming for them. And it's going to maybe take us a little while to get our stuff straight, but we are going to come in such a violent way that the extremists are not going to see it coming. We are going to get our stuff together because we are America, and this police officer shows us what America and our fortitude really is, and they should be scared of us, not us of them.
You know, but you got Sheriff Clark the convergence of two issues here. That the president wrong on terrorism, unable to say radical Islamic terrorism, and his ridiculous position on guns. As though, you know, again, if we go back, this cop is a sitting duck without a weapon here. It saved his life here.
Absolutely,
Sean,
absolutely. And all law enforcement
these individuals should be charged with. These individuals should be charged with treason. If he is an American citizen, he forfeits his citizenship. He should be charged as an enemy combatant, held at Gitmo, and he should not have access to the American court system.
He's already released 653 people from Gitmo.
He should be tried in a military court, and if convicted, he should be executed.
Let me ask this question. So the president is all upset about guns.
Yeah.
Same guy that's going to give the Iranians nukes.
Yeah.
The same guy that has let illegal immigrant criminals go out, some of whom have committed murder after we had them in custody. You know, the same president that is wrong on all of these issues. He let out 650 some odd Gitmo terrorists to return to the battlefield.
And then he has an executive order. He has executive order against the possession of firearms. We have 21 to 30 American GIs killing themselves every day. 30,000 this year. I think there should be an executive order to help these military guys who are killing themselves. That's what he should be doing in the White House. Put in an executive order.
Their hands are tied.
American soldiers,
rules of engagement.
Die today.
Rules of engagement. Their hands are tied, Bo.
Worry about the gun control.
This is exactly the case in point for why we need to take this fight overseas. The average American here is terrified, and they're terrified because they see a president who is unwilling to act overseas. Let us take the fight over there. Let's protect America. Let's protect our families. Let's protect our police officers and take this fight to the enemy. We're not doing that. The president needs to do that.
The problem is that they are here on the home front.
I would suggest the best way to take that fight is to make the ideological win, and that's at trueislam.com.